And to put it back together is the opposite of taking it apart. Just take the extractor, put it right back into the bolt, and just, you see how it's sticking up a little bit? It's because of the spring. So push down on the spring, you take the pin, so while you're holding it down, put that pin back through that hole, and you might need to move the extractor around a little bit or wiggle the pin, and it should pop right back in. Make sure it's flush on both sides, it's not sticking out at either side. Once you got that together, take the carrier, remember you got to do it in this order, you can't do it in any other order. You take the carrier and the bolt, and with the extractor towards the top and right of the carrier, it can't be this way, line up this hole here with that part of the hole there. When that's lined up, take the cam and with it horizontal, put it right through there, and then rotate it 90 degrees so it's back vertical. Then after you got those things done, then take the firing pin and put it right through the middle, right there, and push down on it and make sure it's all the way down. And then the last thing you do, you take the cotter pin and put it back through the left side, the part that is all flared out like this. See, that side's kind of small. Just put it right through there. And again, make sure it's flush so it's not sticking out either side. And with it here, make sure slam on the back, make sure the firing pin doesn't fall out, so you know that it's held correctly, and then slap it forward, make sure that doesn't fly out. See, everything is together correctly. And then just pull the bolt forward, and that's done. After you get the bolt and the bolt assembly together, take the charging handle, and there's like a little ridge here that sticks out on the side. And if you look at the top, look right down in there, there's like a notch where that fits. And with the open channel facing towards the bottom of the weapon, put it through here until it slides right into that notch. So now see it's along the top edge of the weapon, you see? That's the top, and it should slide in there, you know, just forward and back should be the only directions you can go. You should not have a lot. If it's moving around like that, you don't have it in the notch. Make sure you get it into the notch, and it goes into the groove, and then see, it should slide in there nice and smooth. Then with the charging handle still out halfway, take the bolt and bolt carrier, and see this thing right here, that's the key. Put that key, like, don't put it backwards. Make sure this part where the little star thing is facing towards the weapon. And put that key into this channel here, this little empty space. And then that slides right in. See? Now that's all put together. Now you check the buffer and the buffer spring. And just put it together, kind of push it together and twist the spring a little bit, and it should pop right back on there to where, see, it holds it on there. And you take the bottom half, and make sure the hammer is back. You might as well put it in safe too, so it doesn't fall accidentally if you touch the trigger. With the hammer back, just slide the spring right back in there. And you don't have to worry about that nipple. It'll go down on its own, and then see it pops right in, and then hold it in place. And then that's done. Then the last thing you need to do is just put the two halves together, and that's pretty easy. Again, you see these two holes are here, and these two pins. Line that up. Line that up, and it's always supposed to, you put some pressure on the bottom half, so you're pulling the top half back into it, and then pop the front pin in, and pop the back pin in. And it's as simple as that. And again, if you have trouble lining them up, that same trick works. So you hold the two halves together and just lightly tap the butt against the table, and then that will line up the top half with the bottom half. And then that's it. Pretty simple weapon. But of course, if you're taking it all apart, you have to do a functions check. So first thing you do, make sure it's cocked, make sure it's in safe, the firing selector switch is in safe, then press the trigger. It shouldn't fire. And then put it into fire, and then press and hold the trigger. See, it fired, and I'm holding the trigger. Then you charge the handle once, let it go, and then release the trigger. It should be a click. And then after that, press the trigger again. And it should fire. Then of course, cock it again, put it back on safe. But yeah, if everything passed the test and everything's working good and looks like it's one solid weapon, then it should be good to go. Like I said, very simple weapon.